"You are not a princess." Meghan mad as hell as Piers Morgan continues to give brutal words to her. British television personality Piers Morgan has some brutal words from Meghan Markle, the wife of Prince Harry, 1 month after the death of Queen Elizabeth. She calls herself a princess on her podcast, "Little Girls Who Grow Up to Make a Real Princess," Morgan said, Sky Australia reported, as transcribed by the news. Addressing Meghan directly, he bluntly added, "You're not a princess, she's not a princess anyway." Not stopping there, Morgan went on to say that Meghan and Harry's interests lie in trashing the entire royal family. "I'm from Sussex. I've spent more time in Sussex than Meghan and Harry have in the last 2 weeks, the outspoken broadcaster decried. "So, actually a month, but they're never there. They have got these titles which are given to them, that's really what I mean about. They trade off Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the royals, to make themselves incredibly rich. And I just do wonder if there is a point where Charles goes, actually you can't do that anymore. It'd be unprecedented, but why wouldn't he?" He concluded. Meghan and Harry's situation is a mess. The Express reported that this comes after Morgan told royal expert Valentine Lowe that the situation with Meghan and Harry is a mess, and that King Charles will have to deal with it. "It certainly is a mess," Lowe said in agreement. "I think their woke homilies have a market in the States that they don't have here, and trashing the royal family even in the States, people are beginning to get bored with that, I think. I'm fascinated to know how does it end. What is your prediction?" inquired journalist Isabel Oakeshott. "I think he's going to come back here tail between legs and she'll be left there. I can guarantee that will never happen for one very particular reason," Lowe asserted before speculating that the kids will play a key role in their decision. "The kids," he said. "Those kids are gonna stay in the United States. Harry loves his kids to bits. He's a great father, I'm convinced of that, he's always been terrific with children. So while she has breath in her body, those kids will remain in the States, and therefore Harry will too." Lowe then explained to Morgan that Harry was obsessed with his shelf life as a royal. He had this thing about his shelf life, he knew that as he grew older, he'd get less important, Lowe said. Prince George would grow up, and by the time George would be 18, Harry thought he'd be over, and he was obsessed with trying to have instant results. Which is why, when he invented the Invictus Games, he did that in a hurry, he added. Piers Morgan has explained how he came to be friends with Meghan Markle before she met Prince Harry. The broadcaster, who is about to launch his new show Uncensored, shared details of how their brief friendship began in a new interview. Speaking to The Times, Morgan said that Markle messaged him after he followed her on Twitter after watching some episodes of the TV show she used to star in, Suits. "One day, I was bored at home, this was 2015, and I followed 4 of the stars of Suits on Twitter. 3 of the guys and Meghan Markle. She direct messaged me 5 minutes after I followed her saying, 'Oh my god, thanks for the follow. I'm such a big fan.' Which is quite ironic given the way things have played out," he said. Morgan added, "She'd watched me on CNN, liked me, blah blah blah, whatever. Anyway, I started exchanging messages with her and a guy called Rick Hoffman, who plays Louis Litt in Suits. The 3 of us messaged away, sending me early preview episodes, emailing. He came on Good Morning Britain, we sent the pictures to Meghan. All very light-hearted." The former Good Morning Britain star then said that she asked to meet up with Morgan when she came to England in 2016. "That came from her," he continued, stating, "I said, 'Why don't you come and have a pint in my local, the Scarsdale?' She came down, we had a couple of hours, a great laugh, thought she was really nice. Great fun. She said she was getting a few calls from guys, received a lot of texts, people being quite persistent, blah blah blah. I put her in a cab, she went to some dinner in Mayfair at 5 Hertford Street, and I never heard from her again. It turned out she'd met Harry that night," Morgan told the outlet, explaining that both Markle and Hoffman disappeared. "I just thought, the pair of them, such poor manners," he said. "The pair of them,